This is your Solana Daily Debrief. It's the 17th of May. The markets are looking a little bit better. We've got upcoming token launches, lots of dupe news, some crazy information around the pump.fun exploit, and of course, actionables at the end. I'll also go over my Meteora position and a little bit of news on Drift. So make sure you watch to the end. So firstly, here we are at CoinGecko. You can see Bitcoin's up a little bit. There was some kind of bullish news, but didn't really push up the price. So not really too worried. Solana's doing relatively well, in my opinion. Remember, I know it sounds boring. If you like something, if it has strong fundamentals, you buy a little bit every day, every week, whatever. You don't try and time the bottom or time the top. You just dollar cost average in and eventually dollar cost average out. So Saint Pump says that the bears lost, therefore send it. To make it really simple, in other words, they can't push the price down, which would be, pushing it down with leverage in order to make gains. So now up it goes. That's his viewpoint. We'll see how it plays out. Dr. Profit says we can easily pump to 70K in terms of Bitcoin. The big FOMO will start after 74K this time. Now onto some dupe news. So we've got some changes from dupe with regards to the voting mechanism. You can now partially unstake some dupe. Remember, it takes 30 days. If you go to vote.dupe.ag, you can see your dupe here if you're staking some, and you can just go and unstake it naturally. When the next vote goes live, you'll see a timer and plenty more features being rolled out, but I'll keep you updated as soon as that is live. Fabiano did a thread on active staking rewards. It was good, but there were some inaccuracies, so we won't go over them terribly. Basically, he has an addendum post. Please note that even if you didn't vote in the previous rounds, but vote in the next round, you will still get rewards of the total pot, including Zeus, Sharky, Sanctum, UpRock, which means the incentive is for people to jump in now, take their dupe, stake their dupe, and just vote, because that means you're still going to get more and more rewards of the total pot. You'll still get some WEN token, you'll still get some Sharky, you'll still get some Zeus, Sanctum soon, and UpRock as well. Also in the early months, there was like voting power of like 200 million or so dupe locked. Now there's over 400 million. So those that voted in the early rounds will get proportionately a little bit more. In terms of the math, it's just not possible to actually work it out, but my estimation would be 20% or more APY. So regardless, not financial advice. All of my dupe is locked up, it's all staked, and every time there's a vote, I go and vote. OPAX is a cadet, and they've done a great little graphic here, just showing how much money is in the DAO wallet for dupe, who's receiving what, and what goes everywhere else in terms of these trial working groups. So there's plenty of money here to make it a major success. I have a feeling this might be slightly off because I think they're getting like $450,000 or something like that. Oh, receives a quarter of the yearly budget. Okay, that's how it's done. Either way, if you can provide value to the dupe system, create a working group. It'll take a little while, maybe a few months before you get funded, but if you can actually bring in a skill, go and do it. If you think that these amounts are too much, fine. Go and do something at a smaller price point and also provide more value and see if it can get funded. Now, these are the dupe cadets. They've set aside $24,000 out of the 5-month trial budget for community incentives. So if you've got a skill to help them out, maybe making infographics or really cool memes or something like that, whatever they're after, go and ping them and see if you can add value. Seabass has a price prediction, or if not a price prediction, maybe a price dream of will dupe reach $15 or more? No idea, but I think the risk reward ratio is insane for me not to be betting big on it. So this is comparing it to Uniswap. And of course, no one really likes to do these things because if you're wrong, you look silly. And if you're right, you're not going to be right too often. However, the value in dupe is insane. Personally, not financial advice, but a dollar cost average into Sol and dupe every day, every week, or whatever, I think will outperform everything else in the top 100 other than the occasional meme coin. We'll see how we go, not financial advice. So Coinbase announces that dupe will be available for perpetual futures, so you can short or long over on Coinbase. And now onto some Drift news. So Cindy from the Drift team, co-founder, just talking about how good the airdrop was, and it was good. 50% of the airdrop was claimed today, which was pretty epic. And also, you can go to drift.trade and you can stake it. You can basically put it in there and you can actually get a return. So we can show you that really quickly, because I know I want these videos to be a little bit faster. But if we've got any in this wallet, we'll jump in and you can go to earn and then lend borrow. There might be another place where you can do it, but you can actually come in here and okay, this has changed. Yesterday, this was completely different. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Yesterday it had a target weight of 25%. Now it's 2%. And there was an actual APR. So I'll have to do some more research and come back to you tomorrow. Disregard what I've just said. Either way, make sure you go and claim your Drift tokens. If you want to get some extra rewards, and if you're familiar with farming, you can go to Camino, Drift, and Jito Sol. I put a little bit in here, lost a little bit. I should have just sold the Drift, but I want Drift to do well, so we'll see how we go. Meteora also has some great pools here. However, they have got a decent amount of liquidity, like over $5 million worth of liquidity, meaning I've got a small amount in this wallet and it's not going to actually get a decent amount. But still, this is a decent amount of rewards coming out every week. You can see up here that the actual 24-hour fee is relatively low because of how much volume is going through all of this TVR. But when you factor in the rewards, it's a pretty decent return. Phantom's got this great banner that basically shows you if you've got to go and claim any drift. So you go in here, maybe I don't have anything here, but if I did, I could go and claim my drift like this. And that's doing really, really well. Also, we have a Lulo, which was FlexLend. So let's have a look here. We'll just go FlexLend and it'll reroute us. However, some people are not actually getting it. So if I go and find my FlexLend wallet here, and if I jump into this is just my tutorial one. We should just go to points lift. No, not points, sorry. Rewards. And then this has to load. You can see I can go and claim my Camino. Give it a second, see if this loads. Sometimes this is not actually working. Like you were allocated the drift and then Drift decided to take it away. They've marked us as a Sybil. Bit annoying because we did use the platform indirectly, but it is what it is. But this should be working for you if you were not marked as a Sybil. So make sure you go and claim your drift. You've got until August to do so no rush. Now some crazy news regarding an exploit with pump.fun. I've got a decent amount of information here. I may not have everything correct. So essentially, the bonding curve contracts were compromised and a lot of SOL was taken. It was done by this person here, Stack Cover Flow. So kind of crazy. And if we go through all the details, we can see Crypto Edgar's done a little bit of a blurb here. 12,000 SOL was stolen across almost 2,000 transactions. This is basically the TLDR. So a flash loan from MarginFi. If you don't know what a flash loan is, they're more popular on EVMs like Ethereum, but essentially you can go and borrow a whole lot of money like SOL or ETH. As long as you get it back in the same transaction, then you don't actually need collateral, as long as the smart contracts allow it. So it's good in some ways, but in other ways, it's not good because, well, it's hard to use. So flash loan from MarginFi, buy the full curve in pump.fun. I haven't even used pump.fun, but basically they could buy up all the meme coins or something like that. And then they withdraw the liquidity from pump.fun because they had admin access. Instead of actually deploying that into a rating pool, they would pull all the money out of it and then they'd go and repay it to MarginFi. So everyone's safe on MarginFi. Now, Mert has a quick little take here. So the exploit was not $80 million, it was $1.9 million. Users are being made whole and fees are 0% for 7 days. This is from, I'm guessing, pump.fun. And it was literally just an admin key from an old employee. So if you go to pump.fun now, and we may be able to go there right now, your Phantom wallet may block it. Here I've got Soulflare wallet that's blocking it. Phantom was blocking it yesterday. Also Coinbase wallet was as well. Bonkbot also temporarily disabled trading on pump.fun. It may be up again, I'm not really sure. And basically this is a TLDR. So when you're using these sort of things, normally they're going to be fine, to be perfectly honest, because this makes a lot of money. But unfortunately, it actually was someone that was part of the team. So I'm guessing Stack was actually part of the team. And it basically says down here, former employee having taken access of the withdrawal authority using their privileged position at the company, use flash loans to go make a whole lot of money and put a lot of unwanted legal attention on him as well. So whatever. However, despite all this craziness, it's meme coin mania out there. 22,000 tokens launched today. Like if you go back a couple of cycles, you'd go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and it'll just say 3,000 tokens. Like in the entirety of crypto, 3,000 semi-legitimate tokens. Now there's 22,000 tokens a day. So this is why really winning at meme coins hard, because this is like, maybe 5 fly out of 22,000. So how do you pick him? Onto UpRock. If you missed the live stream a couple of days ago, basically here's a good TLDR. One thing is, I've got a video on it. I am personally bullish on it. I don't shill anything. My viewpoints are my viewpoints. I do my research, and I'm bullish on this. D Pioneers. I've been buying a couple of these. You have to go and lock one soul. Get in group 3. You're good. In the end, you lock one soul, and then on mint day, you have to go and pay the remaining amount. And then this NFT uses a new standard, which basically will have DPIN tokens in it. So UpRock tokens, maybe other ones like Render, maybe Grass, who knows? I personally think the DPIN narrative will do very well. So maybe this is 2.5 sol today, and then in 6 months time, maybe it's like 10, 11 sol. And people have asked me, so just very, very quickly, why don't I just go and buy those particular tokens? You can of course do that. You just have an NFT that has access to these tokens. Another thing is apparently if you use a Saga and connect with the actual Saga phone with the Genesis Saga token in it, you only have to pay 2 sol. Also, if you do that, then 500,000 UPT will be airdropped amongst everyone that locks in. So exactly how much will they get individually? Probably nothing too crazy, but I think it's worth doing. It's worth doing regardless, in my opinion. Now a little bit of news from Zeta Markets. I did a video on this. Go and jump in this. This is plus EV. At the moment, there's Dupe, Pith, and D-Bridge. If you're part of the D-Bridge community, go for it. Otherwise, I went with Asset Dash, but there's also Tensorians, Mad Lads, and Super Team. Get amongst it. Get your Z score up. It's worth it. Nyan Heroes has their token launch happening on the 21st of May. Now, although they're in the crypto space, they are more Web 2. So as an example, I don't know where this is going to be launched. I don't have any details. I don't know why they didn't go really, really hard on their LFG submission. It was a little bit strange to me, but I'm just putting this quickly on your radar to make it nice and fast. And I'm going to get my researcher to give me all the information, and then hopefully I'll make a quick little video on this tomorrow. Also, CoinGecko and Nyan Heroes campaign, 7,009 is being given away, and a pair of Genesis Nyan and Genesis Guardian NFTs. 73 lucky winners. All you have to do is use your candies. So as an example, go and sign in. You have to go and collect your candies. I'm sorry, Bobby. I haven't been doing this for quite some time. I did this in the previous years, and then you just go and redeem. I'm human, and then you're basically in the draw, just like that. And then every day you go and you collect these candies, and then you can use them for different rewards. You can see down here all the different rewards. Like for example, this one I mentioned it yesterday. Redeem, use your candies, and maybe you'll be one of the winners. It's well worth doing. It's free, and it keeps you kind of up to date with what's going on in the space. Also, the Nyan Heroes will be listed May 21st, 8 a.m. UTC. So super, super early. I'm guessing they're this works out for them because they're in Asia, so that's completely fine. Asia and Australia, I think. Anyway, so it'll be listed really, really early, and this is the time on Backpack. Backpack news, the Mad Lads VIP program has been launched, so maybe there's going to be a little bit of a push up in price. However, with the Mad Lads NFT, it's gone from like 220 sol down to like 48, and now I think it's maybe around 60, 65. I don't have any. It'd be cool if I had some, but to be perfectly honest, I would have taken some profits on the way up to 200 just because, it was a very lucrative run. So well done to all those people. Grove points out here that if you actually jump among this and you connect that wallet with the Mad Lad, then you have a very decent VIP rate. So the actual fees are quite low. And Amani points out how to do it. So if you've got one, go for it. Keep in mind, unfortunately, Backpack doesn't have licenses everywhere. So anyone in Europe, they can't actually use it. Just a quick little update on my Little Wee pools. So I jumped into this as just an experiment, and looks as though I'm still in position. I can go and claim these rewards. Not a lot of volume. GME basically jumped up and it came down. And in some ways I would have been better just holding, of course. So now I can go and grab that and I can redeploy into this range. This is where it is. Or I can, let's just turn this off, kind of compound the position. This will get us more and more MET points. And hopefully, if we keep on compounding this and changing the positions when required, we will grow this up day by day. I just use it with GME just as an experiment. I generally wouldn't do this. You want to jump into a meme coin nice and early and deploy liquidity. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You'll also see I've got a small amount of drift in this pool as well. This is gathering some fees. Tiny amount in here. I've got some in another wallet as well, but this is the one that's connected. And this is the range that it's trading in. So at the moment, price is quite low. It's nothing too low, but I did mention that I thought it would go down. I also mentioned that I thought it could go up. I wasn't trying to be one of those people that are just covering all bases, but my thesis was it would have been probably a smart thing to pre-sell the token on Whales Market and then go and actually claim the USDC, give the drift token, and then see what it actually did. On this occasion, it's down. It's down considerably, and this is just the nature of people claiming it and selling the token. I do imagine it will do quite well in the future, but I would personally love to speak with the drift team and work out a few more things regarding the token. So your actionables: claim your drift, check out the Meteora drift and USDC and drift sol pools, stay away from using pump.fun for a while, maybe a couple of days, or if you're going to use it, fine. Remember using a burner wallet and don't risk too much. Lock in one sol now at dpioneers.com. Not financial advice, but I am actually properly bullish. Farm Zeta community's airdrop organically, and collect CoinGecko candies and CMC's CoinMarketCap diamonds. So these are a good thing to do in a bear market and then deploy them in a bull. We're still in the early stage of a bull. I would still be doing them. It'll take you a couple minutes a day, and there'll be little things that I'll kind of put onto your radar. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Catch you tomorrow.